Good evening. Welcome to the Gooner Booth. It's the preview. Weekend's back. Happy Friday. Premier League's back. Cool. Let's get into it. Looking forward to this one, although it's going to be a difficult game. Before we get into it, please like and subscribe. Again, your support's been amazing. I'm getting loads of feedback from people that have seen the channel and they're liking what they're hearing and seeing. So, but yeah, keep tuning in. There's loads of content coming from us. There's a lot more football to be played. So,
yeah,
cool. Wayne, good evening. How are you? You had a bit of problems with getting your dinner.
Yeah, I apologise for the late stream, guys. I mean, it's obviously a Friday night, I suppose, time, but they must have had a lack of drivers because the guy that came is not the regular guy. But anyway, I apologise for that. It's all on me. But good evening to you, Tone. We're back. We're up and running. We're live. Let's get crack-a-lacking and let's talk about the game, mate.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think before we get into the game, should we? I'm just trying to get up the fixtures for the weekend. Should we have a little butchers at the fixtures, right? Because I think it's important now that we have a look what's around us. So I think that a lot of football has been played yet. So I think give me 2 seconds, guys. Can get the Premier League table up. Just have a quick look at the standings. So you got Arsenal. Obviously, we're top with 19 points, right? And you've got City behind us on 16, Liverpool on 15, and Bournemouth on 15. 8 games have been played. Chelsea in 5th, not far behind, and then Spurs in 6th. So it's quite tight in terms of there's only we got 7 points.
Yeah.
6 points. Sorry, 6 points off top spot. So it's still early on, right? There's still loads of football to be played, but I think this is an important period for both Arsenal, Liverpool, and even City. Now, I've decided, and I spoke to a few people about this as well, and they've actually agreed with me. When you talk about football, and Talksport, all the people, it's about Arsenal and Liverpool. No one's talking about Manchester City, and I think that's completely wrong. They're being written off, right?
Yeah.
And we're forgetting last season they didn't have Rodri, a fully fit Rodri, right? Haaland scored, I think I read somewhere he scored 24 goals this season already.
Right. Yeah, mate.
Right? So I think that it's working perfectly for them because Liverpool are going for a bad patch. We've got a good run ahead of us, right? But Crystal Palace at home is not an easy game, right? And we've got Brighton. We've still got some tough fixtures. Go away to Burnley. That's all a rough game. All winnable games, right, on paper. But an example being, right, so tomorrow, Liverpool play Brentford at 8 o'clock. If they beat them, they go. Do they go top? I think they go 1 point behind us. 1 point behind us.
Yeah, right? 1 point behind us. Yeah.
Yeah. Then then you go into Sunday, right? We play after that. So if Liverpool's won their fixture, pressure's on us to get a result at home. So now I want to see how we deal with that. The shoe's on the other foot now. The last 2 fixtures, we played before Liverpool. So we put the pressure on. Now it's the other way around. They're going to play Brentford, and I reckon they're going to beat them. That game during the week in the Champions League, they 5-1. So they've got a bit of confidence back. So I think they'll go into that Brentford game with a lot of confidence. And we've just got to be careful. So I think that it's going to be a big test for us this weekend. Quick browse through the fixtures. There's some got Chelsea, Sunderland, Newcastle, Fulham, Manchester United, Brighton, Brentford, Liverpool. That's tomorrow. So I don't think I'll be tuning into Match of the Day tomorrow. There's not really many fixtures there. I mean, there's some. I think Man United Brighton would be an interesting one. I've got a feeling though. My money's on Brighton. I'm afraid. I can't see.
Is it Man United Brighton?
Man United Brighton. They're hit and miss Brighton, aren't they, at the moment?
I think that Old Trafford, dude.
It's Old Trafford.
Yeah, it could be a tough one. I mean, it's be a tough one to call. But yeah, Brighton is such a bogey team for a lot of teams. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's an interesting one, mate. The way Man United play. You look at it. They're thinking they're back in it now because they've beat Liverpool. So
I don't. They've been saying they're going to win the league. Although one thing I would say about Man United, Cunha, right?
Mm.
I was watching him against Liverpool. He had moments where he was unplayable, like, and I know he's got a terrible attitude, but he's not like you can't take away his footballing ability. Like he's a really good footballer, really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a little bit. Yeah, I think that Brian will beat them. I might even put a.
Listen, Tony, they're another side. They're another side. I mean, don't get me wrong. With Liverpool, maybe have a few better players at the back, but they're top heavy. For me, you look at United further back. Casemiro is getting on a bit now. He's not half the player he was at Real Madrid.
Yeah,
Kobe Mainu doesn't seem to be able to get a lift. He was one of the best things since sliced bread when he broke into the England team,
yeah,
and now this manager don't want to play him and whatnot, and they got that Ugart, however you say his name. I don't rate him, Tone. I just don't
nah.
even think their back line either dude's great.
So I don't know if Sky Sports have done this on purpose,
Yeah,
but
go on,
I've
mate.
just Arsenal Palace we play at 2:00.
Yeah,
Aston Villa Man City kick off at 2:00 as well. Now I don't know if
yeah.
that's put a little bit of a spanner in the work because Man City could be top at half time, for example, right?
Mm,
If
yeah.
they're winning their game and we're drawing, for example, or we're losing, God forbid, right? I think that's a little bit of trickery from them. Although there's quite a few 2:00 kickoffs. So we've got Palace. Obviously, we've got Palace
Yeah,
on
it's just
Sunday.
quite a strange one on that. What's the
We've got
Super Sunday,
yeah,
Joe? Tone?
Super Sundays Everton versus Tottenham.
You would have. Well, I suppose what City. I would say City Villa would have been a better game.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised
Even
that's not on
us.
telly. Yeah, we're on telly. We're on
We're on
telly.
telly. We're on
Yeah,
telly.
we're the
Yeah,
first. We're the first game. Then you've got Everton Tottenham afterwards.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
That's a
I'm
strange one.
surprised they didn't go us Palace, then City Villa afterwards. I'm surprised by that. But
Yeah.
fine. You've got obviously. I wonder how Aston Villa are going to get on with City. Villa at home, they picked up a little bit of form. I think a Villa win would do us the world of good if we beat Palace. I think it's good. It'll create a little bit of space.
I was thinking about this, Tone, and I obviously, we're previewing Arsenal, and we're Arsenal fans previewing the game. But I think, as
Yeah,
well as other
look,
fans, we can assess other teams.
we have to look
Um,
around us. There's nothing.
you have to look
Yeah,
around, and you assess it. And I've got to say to you, I reckon, and this is my personal opinion, and if there's people that disagree, but I think Man U City have got, as I said before, have got a world class keeper and a world class striker. In defence, I still think the way they're susceptible, and especially if
yeah,
Rodri's nowhere near, by the way, coming back to his full fitness because he's struggling with little niggles here and there. They're beatable, but the problem is they got a great keeper to stop the balls going in the net, and they got a great
yeah.
striker to put them in.
They
But I
haven't
think that
lost the
will
game.
if they lose,
They
no,
haven't lost the game.
exactly,
Since Panorama come in, they haven't lost the
yeah.
game.
Yeah, he is. As I say, mate, he is a quality keeper. We can't say that, but I think the team around him are nowhere near what a Man City team was in the past. But I think right now they're getting by on Haaland's goals, and I think Aston Villa can cause them problems. Aston Villa's problem is having Unai Emery as their manager, and he'll more than likely, you know. We've seen it. We've seen it for a year and a half at Arsenal, mate, and I don't think you can expect much. But who knows? Maybe Ollie Watkins, the Arsenal fan, might have something for us there, Tone. You never know. But I think
Yeah,
they're very much. It's. Don't get me wrong. I forget his name. The centre half they got. He's good one alongside John Stones. I can't remember. God, but he is a good player. I can't remember his name, Tone. It's been a
you
long
throw
day,
me off
but
now. Yeah,
I can't. I'm sorry, guys, but but
yeah. That is
what I'm saying is it's a for me, Doku, he blows hot and cold. Marmoush, I don't know if he's fit or not, but there's a lot of players that, Foden blows hot and cold right now. He's not top level in form and fitness. Bernardo Silva's Bernardo Silva. He's a workhorse, but is he really top level now and back at that level sort of thing? He's just a hard working midfielder now. But
yeah,
they've got one at each either end tone is what's really keeping them sort of like, and you have to keep an eye on them, don't get me wrong, and you're right. I just think there are times these guys will slip up, and but yeah, as I say, having a keeper like him,
yeah.
you know,
I think I think it's right as fans to look around us, but I don't think the Arsenal players should be too bothered about it. Should be looking at the next game, take it game by game.
I don't think,
I
Tone.
think as
I've
fans, we're
heard.
going to
Sorry,
naturally look around the
we
fixtures.
we will, we will. But
But
apparently,
I don't
it
think they should.
depends.
Yeah,
Apparently, it depends who you listen to, Tone. Is they're saying that basically that they're not like they're not listening to the noise.
yeah. I mean,
Another thing on that. Sorry, Bones. I want to make
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I want your view of it. All right. Sky Sports, Jamie Carragher, right,
Oh God, here we go. What's he
and
said
Gary
now?
Neville are now putting it
Wankers.
all on us. Gary Neville's gone on the overlap and gone, Arsenal must win it from here, and it's 8 games gone, and we're 3 points clear. Arsenal must win it from here now.
That's Jamie
And then
Carragher said that.
This is Gary Neville on the overlap, and Jamie Carragher was saying, he said in another piece that Arsenal are favourites and City might be the ones. I wouldn't worry about Liverpool. I'd worry about City. They are deflecting again, right? This is 8. This season's 8 games in. Yeah, we've been great. City have been plugging along. Prior to their little dip in form, Liverpool were looking like, oh, they're not going to lose. They're not going to lose a game for a while. Football changes at the drop of a hat, Tone. These people were
One
saying that
game in it.
Liverpool, they're just
Yeah,
deflecting it, Tone. They're
yeah.
deflecting it. And this is what I'm hoping, and I think they are, is that there's no one at Arsenal paying attention to that stuff. The fans on X and us fans who are trying to get our daily feed of Arsenal and football in general, that's who they're feeding off of. Don't listen to it. Don't rise to it. These guys are just deflecting it towards us to say, oh, look, and what's going to happen if we don't win it again? Second, bottlers, always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
ignore it. Get on with your football. Let's come April, May, and let's see where we are. But yeah, that's what they're doing, Tony.
Game
8
by
games
game.
in. 8 games in, Tony.
I think fair play to Arteta. I think he settled our players really well into games. But yeah, look, we're only on the up, right? We've come off a back of a positive win in the Champions League. Gyökeres got 2 goals. He's got that duck off his back, probably for one game. If you don't score in this game, it'll be back on his back. They'll be fucking at him again. Oh, he hasn't scored in the Premier League. Fuck off, wankers. Anyway, that's my. Look,
listen, we get our rants out. That's what it's all about. So
yeah. So I think looking at the game, before we went on air, I was looking at the press conference, and I was also reading a little bit of the team news. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah. So obviously Martin Odegaard's out. We got Kai Havertz is still out injured. Madueke, Gabriel Jesus, who apparently is due back in December. I was reading as well. So I think we could use him. I know a lot of people.
There might be hope.
A lot of people have sort of said, "Oh no, they're selling him. They're selling him in the January window." Now, if Havertz isn't fully fit, I've got a feeling Havertz we're probably not going to see him until the late part of the second half of the season. Right, so it's probably, if you're being realistic, right, in the campaign and the amount of games you have to play, it's probably a bit of a write-off. Right, he's probably going to come back in and play bit part. Right, he's not going to have the impact that he might have had last season if he was fully fit, or the season before that. Now, I do think that Jesus, I think if that is the case, I'd rather keep him as a backup striker to Gyökeres, right, and sell him in the summer. If you want, like, he's probably going to be out of contract. I think he's got a year left on his contract or something. So just sell him in the summer. You're not going to get your money back. Just get the wage bill off the books, right, at the end of the year. Just let him move on. But yeah, that's my take on that. The one thing I did read was quite concerning, because we're going to our danger men very shortly. But Big Gabs has picked up a knock. He's going to be assessed before the game. Now, if he doesn't start, yes, Mosquera is a good player and he can do a job. But my worry is, I think Big Gabs and Saliba, they struggled last season dealing with Mateta. Now, I'd be really a little bit concerned with Mosquera trying to deal with him. Look, he might surprise us. Against Liverpool, he stood up strong. So it's one of them things where I will be a little bit nervous to see him settle into that sort of game. Nice segue. Who are your danger men, Wayne? I'll tell you mine after.
For me, it's got to be, you got Mateta and you got Sarr. another one that wants to confuse us. I found this quite funny, and sorry, I'm not going to go on too far for this tangent. They're my danger men, by the way, guys. First and foremost,
Yeah.
have you seen the guy that they brought in? And his name's Essa or whatever. It's ESSE. So
Yeah.
they've gone and sold Eza or
Yeah.
Eze and gone and bought this guy. And I think he's quite sort of like they're quite with him
Then
as well. But
they had a player called Elise that they sold to Bayern Munich.
yeah.
They must they must do a FIFA and search the name beginning with ES or EZ.
Let's bring them in and see if they're any good. But the danger men are, and I think in midfield as well. I mean, Adam Walton hasn't really been getting a chance with England because of the of Elliot Anderson's sort of like being preference. But I think Adam Walton's a good player in the middle of the park for them. I think they're just an outfit, Tone, that are well drilled. They know what what the manager's asking of them. But yeah, I think like Ismail Assar and Mateta are sort of like for me the two key danger men. And like you've just said, and not to step on your point, but just to agree with you, you're 100% right. I want to just put it into what the term I was thinking about it with because I do FPL. I had Mateta in my team, Tone.
Well, take him out. Take him out.
And I was thinking I was going to take him out because I thought if Big Gabs and Saliba, they can pocket him. He's a good lad,
Let's
but I think
so.
and I'm thinking with Mascara, like you've just said, I rate the kid, but I think this guy, that could lean a little bit more towards the inexperience of having Mascara in there. I think it's important against a player like Mateta to have your first choice centre back pairing. But yeah, it's they're the danger men for me, Tone. I think you have to kind of nullify that as well, sort of in the supply. But them two, he scored before. He's got previous, both of them, so they're the ones to look out for, matey.
Yeah, no, I think so. I completely agree with the two you've mentioned. There's another two that I'd like to throw in, and I think have a think about it.
Yeah.
It's Walton and Muniz, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it Muniz or Munoz? Is it Munoz or Muniz?
Oh, Munoz. Yeah. I mean,
I know you're talking. We know you're talking about. I'm sure the viewers will as well.
Let's see this. I apologise. Really good right back. Really aggressive. I'm going to worry, right? Because him and Saar down that right hand side. We're getting to your starting 11 in a moment, right?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really interesting to see who he starts on that left hand side because there's going to be bags of pace down that right hand side.
Another one I want to add as well to your thing, Tony, is I think it's Jeremy Pino.
Yeah,
he was the attacking midfielder replacement for Eze.
They've bought, I think
well.
Glasner, I think, deserves a lot of credit for what he's done at Palace. He's made them a really hard team to beat. And years ago, this fixture we probably wouldn't have batted an eyelid. We probably got our Joe Zaha, other than Zaha, like who they got. Do you know what I mean? But now you look at them and you look, of course, they're back four. That Gahey, you've got Gahey there. You've got I made a few notes of the play. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I mean, I think Muniz is good. You've got Henderson in goal now as well. He's not an easy keeper to beat. But yeah, I just think that even Commander is also good as well. Don't forget Mitchell.
Mitchell left.
Their whole team is good. It's a good quality Premier League side, right? And they're not going to go. They're going to come to us and probably have no fear. They're not going to fear coming to us because last season they run us in a 2-2, right? And there was moments in that game where we could have lost, right?
Yeah.
And look, and let's not forget they've beaten Manchester City and Liverpool this season.
Yeah. So listen, Tony. They're no mugs.
They've got no fear coming. It's a London derby. They're going to be well up for this, and they're not going to hold back. The only thing I'd say, I was doing a bit of research before we went on, and I think that the fact that we've only conceded 3 goals in 12 games is absolutely crazy, right? This is why I would be a little bit nervous if Big Gabs isn't fit at the start, because I think Crystal Palace is going to come at us with a lot of pace. And I think that he's quite good at calming the back four.
He's phenomenal.
Saliba's a Rolls Royce of a centre half. I think he still needs direction, and I think this is where Big Gabs comes in. But yeah, I think look, we'll get onto our predictions as well. I think we will win, but I just don't think it'll be a comfortable afternoon.
It never is, Tone, and they've consistently over the years, especially at the Emirates, given us issues. Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
I mean, going to Selhurst Park ain't much better, but I want to add as well on a different level. But I mean, in terms of some of the team itself, the Crystal Palace fans. I mean, they're a classy set of fans because in terms of obviously Eza, this is obviously the Eza derby now.
Yeah.
And he's shown them nothing but respect. They've shown him nothing but respect, and we haven't had any backlash, or you've had no West Ham fans coming
Do
on.
you think they'll boo him?
Not at all. I don't
No?
Not at all. I will be. You know what? I'll be very surprised. West Ham fans would boo Rice and they still do. And I'm like, I don't understand it. He captained you to your first bit of trophy for God knows how long. He didn't disrespect West Ham. He came to Arsenal and he gets booed. I just don't understand him. And I also don't. I would really be confused. They're all just wishing him well. Every single Crystal Palace fan and anyone I've spoken to. So I don't think so, Tone, and I will be very, very surprised. If they do personally, because as I say, I get. Look at the thing is, when Van Persie come rock back up at the Emirates, and he was playing for Man United at Old Trafford, that section of fans would have been booing him because of what he said, and he's moved to a rival. In all due
Yeah.
respect, we're just London rivals, but I mean we're no rivals to West Ham, yet they're booing it. They booed they booed Rice. We're no rivals to Crystal Palace again, in all due respect. But these guys have shown, no all kind of respect. I mean, look, you've got to realise as well. There's quite a bit of history. Obviously Eddie Nketiah went there last summer, and one of our greatest strikers ever come from Crystal Palace in Ian Wright.
I thought you were going to say Eddie Nketiah then.
So you know better than that, son. In all due respect to Eddie, by the way, don't score against us tomorrow, Eddie. In all due respect to you, mate. But no,
well,
Ian
scored against us last season, didn't he? The Emirates scored another.
He did, matey. So it's one of them where I think between the clubs, but again, as I say, they're a totally different outfit than obviously West Ham in terms of their reaction to players going. So I don't think in that regard, Tone, that they will personally. But it remains to be seen. But I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it, matey. Unless he scores, slides on his knee, and does his celebration to him, which he will not do in one jot either. Yeah, they won't do it. I shouldn't think so, matey.
Yeah, I mean, I think it helps that we're unbeaten the last 6 matches against Palace as well. I think that should give us confidence.
No, we have turned it around, Tone. They were such a bogey team, and we have turned it around, sort of winning at Selhurst Park. And last year's game was, as I say, mate. I mean, it was going into a time when we were just struggling. In fairness, we struggled for a hell of a lot of the season, Tone. But yeah, I think we're in a good place. And we've still got 3 to 4 players that you just mentioned at the start of this podcast and before we started talking that can improve us. So we might be players down, but the players we got are still good enough, to do it. So let's just hope. And someone's talking about, well, we'll move on because it's my personal choice, and I'm sure you can obviously discuss if there's any disagreements with these predicted 11. But I just hope that it's not going to be. Declan Rice has struggled quite, as I said to you previously. He was much better this match against West Ham, but he struggled last year, and he had, when you can kind of see that his performances dips a bit. Again, it's your old club, and Declan Rice was there for 10 years. Ez has been here, was at Palace for 5 now. If he does play, let's hope that it's respectful, but in terms of the fact that the main goal is for Arsenal Football Club to win the game, and there's not going to be any kind of like nerves or whatever. Go out there, do your job, do what you got to do, sort of thing, and go over and respect the fans afterwards and give them a clap, sort of thing, and off you go. Do your work.
Do you know what I mean? I don't think
don't go run into them. Don't celebrate a goal. Don't
Adebayor, yeah.
Don't do another, but he won't do. That's what I'm saying. It's Adebayor. That's what I'm saying. why do we boo Adebayor? Why do we boo Van Persie? There's different levels of booing, and that's what I can't understand. But here we go. Is what it is, Bones.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good segue onto the starting 11. So, look, I think look, obviously I see why you put Mosquera in because we're not sure about Big Gabs. My question to you though, Wayne, is Mosquera's a right-sided, like he's a right-footed defender. Why would you put him left? Calafiori surely would do that job, and Skelly would come in, no?
That's a good shout actually. What it is, I think Saliba can cover on the left as well. I mean, Mosquera. For me, there's two different things. When he's much stronger, I mean that's Skelly plan is a very it's a very good shout, Tone. I just think that you're gonna he wants to Calafiori deserves to start in the left back. Like someone made a point on X that I'll read up again and again. They say people say stuff. Some people talk absolute nonsense on their tone. Other people talk absolute sense, as you can imagine. And someone said that Calafiori that Mikel likes that left back position, signed at left back to be a little bit chaotic, but unpredictable. So why I've gone for that is to keep it. I still think that Calafiori should keep his place. Someone argued that you should play Calafiori centre half, left centre half, and play Hincapié. I don't know if this is quite. It could be that. I reckon once Hincapié's up, it could be that could be the way to go.
My only thing, Wayne, is Hincapié's fitness probably is a little bit questionable right now. Now, the problem I've got is that left hand side is going to be so important because you've got that Muniz, sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, and you've got Sarr. There's so much pace on that side. And this is where the inverted left back is going to ship me up all game because it's only going to take one pass directly over and Sarr is going to be away, right? And no, that guy is probably one of the quickest players in the Premier League for me.
Yeah.
When he gets going, he's hard to catch, right?
Yeah.
And I was watching him against Liverpool, right? And he was rapid, right?
Yeah.
And that the counter-attacking football that Crystal Palace will probably play at the Emirates, they've got the ability to do it, right? And I think they have wing backs as well now with the way they play. So Mitchell and Muniz will be there with the wing backs that will play. Then you've got Sarr in front feeding Mateta, right? As well as that Pino. And I just think that we've got to be so careful on transition. If we are going to play that way, which Arteta will, because he's stubborn, he's going to have the left back inverted because that's how he plays, right? I get it. But if you get caught, this is where I'm going to be worried because there's been games where I remember playing Forest, West Ham. There was moments where we get the ball away in midfield, but they weren't like Bowen isn't. I wouldn't say Bowen's a pacey player compared to like Sarr's a lot quicker. I just think that in transition, we could be in trouble if we make a mistake in midfield because against Bournemouth, the transitions. Mateta Scott, like the transitions are always Sarr will be on the right and he will deliver a great cross. And Mateta's really hard to beat in the air. He's one of the best aerial attackers probably in the league.
Yeah,
and that'll be their bread and butter. Now, this is where I think Saliba's actually we've got the comfort up. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it with my head held high. We've got the best defense in the league by a mile, right? And the stats don't lie. But if they're constantly getting pelted at, right, by counter-attacks, it's so hard to defend against that.
Of course it is,
right? And pace is one of the hardest things to defend against in transition. If you're getting done with a counter-attack and everyone's sprinting back, we're going to be. That's where I think Palace will hurt us. So this is one of the games where I know like Arteta take the handbrake off, but I think I don't think he will. I think he'll be very, very cautious of that pace in transition because that's how they've beaten City. That's how they've beaten Liverpool. It's literally they'll sit a back five in. Their wing backs will sit in, then they'll hit transition and they break so quickly. And if you ever wanted to look at it, have a look at Match of the Day when they played Liverpool, when it was being broken down, just in transition, they're actually well drilled in that, where they're literally.
Yeah.
I think there was one moment where I think it was Kanate made that mistake. He made that mistake. He had 5 players around him like that. So look, I'm confident that we're going to beat Palace, but I also think that we have to be very cautious and also respect that they're going to have they're going to be very dangerous in certain parts of the game where we had them games where we might switch off for about 5 minutes, and I think we've done that last season. And that's when they nicked the 2 goals where we thought it was comfortable. We just got to do our job. We've got to be very professional, and this is where the starting 11 comes in for me. I don't think Trossard should be anywhere near that starting 11 on Sunday. Martinelli starts for me, not only because of his performance in the week. I think the pace on that side, you're going to need him overlapping, and he works. His work rate is unreal up and down that wing.
Do you want to know why I put Trossard in?
Go on.
To annoy you.
You always try and annoy me with these starting 11s.
No, but what I'm saying to you, the thing about Trossard, you're 100% right, by the way, and I would go with.
But I see why you've done it. Because Arteta will annoy us. He will do that to it.
But that's why I've done it. It's not me to annoy you, Tony. It's
Arteta.
No, but I just got a feeling that he will put Trossard on. What someone was saying is what Trossard done is he enables control. And in terms of nullifying this, the threat that they have on transition, he'll want to control this game again. So he puts Trossard in to enable that. I believe that Martinelli. I'm with you. I'm on the Martinelli train. I believe he should start.
Yeah.
Listen, if he does, I think you've got to say that handbrake comment it'll be off again, because I think he's going to want to go for control. Excuse me, whether we like it or not. And he'll want to put Trossard on. Someone was also saying, let's give 1 year ago. I just think this outfit, Crystal Palace, have to be respected at the end of the day. They haven't won in their last 2 games, Time, but they went on an unbeaten run of 17 games. They were fantastic throughout that. And that was going on from last season. So fair play when they also got an FA Cup in it, and they were riding on the wave, and they were playing well. So let's be respectful for them. But yeah, I mean, for me, as I say, if you're looking at it, this is what I've obviously given to yourself, which you outlaid, and obviously we can discuss it. For me, it's Gabby and Martinelli come into that. I've done this as what I think. If Big Gabby's he's got a knock. Injured, that I think he'll go with. This is what I think. By the way, guys, not what I think Arteta will go with. Sorry. I think you should go with a Martinelli as a Saka and Gyökeres up in the 4. This is me trying to guess Mikel again. Obviously, the midfield 2 pick himself, Tone. I think no one can argue that. But yeah, I'm with you on 100%, mate. It's just that I'll put it in because this is what I think he will go with. And it will annoy you. It will annoy us in the chat. And I'm sure some other Arsenal fans. But also look at it this way. If you've got control for 60, 65 minutes and you've got a Martinelli on the bench, you can use him as a weapon as well. So there's pros and cons to it, Tone. Especially, as I said to you as well, and I've said prior, and I know I apologise if it's other videos of people, it sounds like I'm repeating myself. But I just think when the guys that we've spoken about come back from injury, that you won't be seeing that more often, and Madueke's of this world, Havertz and Ødegaard will start, Tone. I just think he's looking at Trossard in the ability to drop into middle, create overload, he wants control basically, and he will want to make sure that the game's under control, Bones. But yeah, I'm with you, mate. Martinelli needs to carry on, but I think this is what he may end up going with.
Yeah, no, I hate to say it. I think he probably will go with Trossard, but I don't want him to.
Yeah, I hope so. I think he'll be taking the handbrake off. Tone. I think he will if he plays Martinelli, but I'm not sure he will, mate.
I want that Muniz to think about going the other way.
Of course, 100%.
He likes to bomb forward, but you want them players like that, but then they've got a lot of attacking mindsets as fullbacks.
Yeah.
Like a lot of when you look at his stats and stuff, he's an explosive right back. When I'm doing research, always says he's an aggressive, explosive right back, right? Nothing mentions about his defending. So Get the
No,
guy, get the
getting the
guy
guy
looking the other
thinking
way.
backwards. Yeah, of course it is,
Because
mate. Yeah,
Martinelli is quick, right? He's
yeah,
probably as quick as Suarez, or, when he gets going, and he can be, and his finishing is unbelievable. You see that on Tuesday, right? How good his finishing is. So it'd be interesting to see what he does. I think Big Gabs will probably pass fit because
yeah.
it could be
I
a bit
think
of
if you're
mind
going to
games
rest
from
him,
Arteta.
Tone, rest him for the Brighton game. So if he's
Yeah,
fit enough, excuse me, guys,
yeah,
sorry, can't bit weather out there bringing me down a bit with the snuffles. But yeah, you're right. I think I think he's one of them. He's just playing it. If Gabby obviously went off in the game, I think if you're going to risk him. You might well not risk him, but play him. I think you'd go for it. I think you'll be right there, Tone. So yeah, but as I say, sorry, mate. I don't mean to upset you, but that's why I thought this is what I think. That's what the boss is going to do.
yeah,
Do you agree with anything else, though, mate? You think obviously Ezra at number 10 again? Like obviously
yeah.
Saka and Jokeres are no brainers, obviously.
Yeah, no, I can't see him unless Odegaard's had an early fitness thing, but I don't
Yeah,
see it.
he's.
He's sort of in November, isn't
I
he? I
think
think.
he's going to be. I think he's. What you got to look at as well, is that as I say, when them guys come back, they're going to come back in the busy period over
Yeah,
Christmas time.
which we're going to need them
So
because there's loads of
we're
football to play.
gonna need them. So I mean, obviously, wrap them up in cotton wool, make sure they're all fully fit and ready to go, and they're not going to pick a niggle up again. I mean, look, you've got to look at it as well. Someone was saying, that, which is again is why I agree with you, and I'm 100% there. As I say, I'm not going to repeat why I've done this lineup, but Martinelli, you will see the best of him with a player like Jokeres. The
Yeah,
same that Saka's level will elevate
yeah,
again, more higher than the level he was playing at prior to injury. Ez is there in and around, and he will be able to do it. Erdegaard has not been given a settled period of time to work with an actual out and out number 9 that runs into the channels, runs behind. He keeps picking up unfortunate injuries.
yeah,
So you've got all that to look forward to, Tone. There's a lot to look forward to. And I also want to echo your sentiment. I think Havertz will come back. He's going to come back earlier. They're not trying to rush him at the moment.
yeah. There's no need to,
But
is there?
I still think whatever this club look at, whether Berta, listen, whatever he does, he's had a fantastic first summer. The contract renewals, there's talk of Saka and Timber being the next in the line, and they're going to be close. For us, we should agree with, and that's what we're saying, guys. Everyone watching, again, we appreciate you if you are, or when you catch up.
Yeah,
That having a player of the experience of Jesus helped Man City, whether he started or not, it helped. I
I
believe he
agree.
should stay. I believe he should stay around the team, Tone, at least till summer. Same with Trossard, and then go in the summer, bring those players in. Replace them, get them out of there. Say thanks, boys. It's been great. But I personally, we don't have to argue on it because there's nothing to argue about. We both agree on it, and I believe I agree with your Tone. So it will be much different, but I think he may sort of upset you with one or two picks on Sunday, Tone, but you won't have to wait too long because come
Yeah,
November, December, he will mix it up a bit when those players are back.
it's interesting as well, right? I've not heard of Glasgow moan about anything, but I must admit I find it strange as well that this is where anyone that says to me, "Oh, we was tired because we played Champions League," right? I'm not going to accept that because Crystal Palace have gone away from home in Europe on the Thursday. They've had 1 day's rest, or sorry,
Thank you for
2 days
bringing
rest,
that up, Tone. Well
two
done. I
days
forgot
rest,
about that. Well
a
done.
lot more than us,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
there's none of that shit where it was a bit leggy because we must
No
have because we
excuse.
played in Europe. No, we can't.
Yeah,
You're professional footballers. We should be. If we were going for the title, we should be at home. We should be winning these games. So
yeah,
if anything, Crystal Palace should be absolutely fucked after 30 minutes. But let's see how
yeah.
it goes.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah, I mean, look, we've been on stream for a while, Wayne. What's your predictions? Let's start wrapping it up.
Yeah. Yeah, mate. I'm gonna go. You know what? I don't want to. I think that with their danger man up top, that we're brilliant in defence, but I'm gonna go 2-1, Tone.
2-1.
To us.
Yeah. I've wrote down two scorelines, right? I'm going to go with 2-0. If Big Gab starts, I say 2-0. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
that's
if we don't have Big Gabs at the back, I reckon 2-1.
Oh, you know what, Tone? I think, yeah, I went with 2-1, but I was thinking that I'm thinking. Look, and listen, we've waxed lyrical about Mosquera, and by the, we're just saying, I think Mateta can get a bit of change more out of him than he would with
Yeah,
Gabby at
yeah,
the back. So yeah, I'll echo that sentiment, Tone. I agree with you. I agree with that. That exactly it. That's what I was thinking. I think we will concede if Big Gabs is sort of like not there. But I think Big Gabs and Saliba are more than capable. If that's the lineup that I've just said, I think 2-1. I agree
yeah,
with you, Tone. I think they can shut him out. He will give him
yeah.
trouble, but I think
You
they
will.
can shut him out if he's fully fit,
I
as
think the
Gabs
most
is.
important player to shut out is Saw. If I'm being honest with you, I think if he gets a bit of
It's
space,
vitally important, and
and
it's
Walton,
vitally important at time.
yeah,
And you can't. I don't think you should chuck. Nkapie is
might be
obviously
too soon.
it might be
Yeah,
too soon, is what I'm trying to get at. Play him against Brighton in the midweek, but yeah, let's ease him in, because obviously he's had a bit of injury, and it's English football is different pace to German league as well, as
yeah,
a few of the players have seen. So yeah, but no, I'm happy, Tone. Obviously 2 o'clock
yeah.
again. I mean, on a Sunday,
Looking forward
it's
to it.
early. I'll be cooking a roast at that time, but I will be keeping an eye on the TV. But let's hope for it, mate. It's not going to be. I don't think it's not. It's never a walkover anyway. But I don't think it's going to be. It's going to be a close one, matey. So yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Can we keep the
Yeah,
momentum going? Um, especially if Liverpool drop points, I think that'll be another
even if they
push.
win, Tone,
We
we've got to
still
play
got
our own game. Ignore it. Just play our own
yeah,
game. Do what we do.
yeah. Just keep getting points on the board. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. We're trying to target 100 subscribers by the end of the year, so your help
Fingers
would be
crossed.
much appreciated. Smash a like on this video. Leave some comments in. What do you think the score's going to be? I think it's going to be a difficult game. I'm looking forward to it. Cool. On that note, we'll leave you to your Friday evenings.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Thanks for tuning in. Take care, guys. All the best.
Cheers. Bye bye.